The following is a production of WCMP Sports. It's time for high school basketball action here on WCMP. Tonight we'll see the Pine City Dragons getting set to battle the Cloquet Lumberjacks. Tip-off is coming your way shortly, but now we send it to the court for the pregame. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's broadcast of high school basketball here on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, or, of course, online at WCMPradio.com. We're here for this game between the Dragons and the Cloquet Lumberjacks in this girls' basketball game here this evening. It is not a section or a conference matchup, but the Cloquet Lumberjacks coming in with a pretty good record on the season, as do the Pine City Dragons, and both these teams looking to escape tonight with a victory. Of course, Cloquet will have to try and make the safe drive home. Hopefully they do. It was snowing earlier, but it definitely slowed down as the afternoon went along, so thank goodness. But we're supposed to get some snow here this week, and I say some as it's going to be very heavy. I'm just hoping that by some miracle that it goes away. Maybe if I wish hard enough or close my eyes, it'll just go away and never come back. But this is the state of Minnesota. Who are we kidding? It is, again, we have about 3 different winters. We have, I think what we were in was called the full spring here this last few days here, and then today we get some little bit of snow, and then tomorrow, Wednesday, we're supposed to get just dumped on. So I'm not excited, and I am not ready for that. But here we are tonight. We do get to play this basketball game, thankfully, and Tuesday, hopefully, we'll be back here for Pine City Mora. And, of course, if you haven't seen or heard, the Pine City boys playoff hockey game against Monticello tomorrow has been moved up a couple of hours just to make sure that they can still get that game played. So that has been moved up from 7 p.m. tomorrow in Monticello to 5 p.m. tomorrow in Monticello. So if you're looking to go to that Pine City boys hockey game tomorrow night in Monticello, it has been moved up from 7 p.m. and it will now be played at 5 p.m. tomorrow. So that is a kind of, I guess, breaking news, if you will, or a breaking update. So that has been moved up due to the weather that we're supposed to get. We will, of course, keep you up to date on all of the changes, the postponements, the cancellations on our websites and on our Facebook. The Facebook is probably the best way to catch those breaking updates, just because that's usually where we'll post it first is our Facebook, and then usually we'll have something that'll take you to our website. So if you're looking for breaking news and updates on cancellations and stuff, tomorrow and looking for tomorrow and Thursday, stay tuned to our Facebooks at WCMP Radio, and of course KBK. We'll keep you updated on there as to any cancellations, postponements for any of the games Tuesday and Thursday. Again, not going to be easy to postpone or cancel or move any of these games just because we're getting to the end of the season. And, well, the girls' basketball team only has one more game left after tonight for Pine City anyways. They play again on Thursday here at home against Malacca, of course, barring any changes due to the weather. But I am guessing with the close to 20 inches total we're supposed to get from tomorrow night through Thursday, that it will more than likely be moved. I wouldn't be surprised if if they tried to move it to Friday, just because that's really the only day they have. As we take a look at the calendar, their playoffs start on March 2nd, and, well, there's not a lot of time between now and then. We have this weekend, and then it's next Thursday. That is it. So Friday would really be the only open-ish day, unless they wanted to do it Monday, Tuesday, but you have to get these games in before a certain time. But I'm sure the MSHSL would make an exception for weather. And, luckily in my broadcasting career here at WCMP, we haven't had to have any playoff games pushed back a ways due to weather like this since I started. So I've had a pretty good run of having no playoff games be pushed back or anything like that due to the weather. So we've been very blessed, and I've been very thankful in that matter of it. But again, we will keep you up to date on all that on our website and our Facebook pages as we take a look at tonight's teams. The Cloquet Lumberjacks coming here sporting a pretty darn good record, and we had a chance to talk with head coach Haas after last Friday's game, after their win against Chisago Lakes, a little bit about this Cloquet team, and he said they are very good. They are very, very talented, very athletic, and they have a lot of experience coming into tonight, and he said that it's going to be a challenge for them here tonight, but it's that bigger school competition that he has been wanting his team to get, and they will get it here again tonight against Cloquet. In fact, Friday's game was against a 3A school. Tonight's game is against a 3A school in Cloquet as well. Cloquet plays in Section 7 AAA. They're 5-2 in that section and 15-9 overall. They're ranked 20th in the state of Minnesota. Other than that, their section is kind of having a down year. The biggest, though, no surprise, is Grand Rapids, who is ranked 4th in the state at 22-2, 7-0 in their section. But after Grand Rapids and Cloquet, there's not a team with a winning record. You have Hermantown 3rd at 7-17. You have Hibbing in 4th at 8-16. North Branch in 5th at 5-19, and Duluth-Denfeld in 6th at 3-20. So it is not been a great year for this section record-wise, but just because, again, and I think records are very, very confusing sometimes, because a lot of times you can see a team who might not have the greatest of records. Let's take, Rush City Girls for a matter. They don't have the greatest of records on the season, but they're a very tough team, and they're not going to be an easy out in that first round. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Rush City Girls gets an upset in that first round. So it's kind of like that. And North Branch, we cover them in our local area. They have they've been an up and down year, but they can certainly get the win when needed. Okay, as we move back to Cloquet, as I meant to say, my English seemed to fail me there. They're 15-9 on the season, and they're 5-5 in their conference. And as we take a look at their conference, they play up near Duluth, so they do play a couple of those teams: Denfeld, Hibbing, Hermantown, Marshall, Proctor, Superior, and Grand Rapids. And, well, when you got Grand Rapids in your conference, it's kind of tough. Superior, technically a Wisconsin school, so they're technically not in Minnesota, but they still are in the conference, which I've always found weird. But Grand Rapids does lead that conference at 10-0. But for Cloquet, they got off to a 4-0 start, then lost one, then went on, a 6-game win streak. Looks actually more like 7 there. And then they lost 2, 1-1, lost 2, 1-1, lost 2, 1-2, and then lost 2. So they come into this game on a 2-game losing streak to Duluth East and Bemidji. So they're hungry for a win tonight, and their season also supposed to end on Thursday as well, on the road at Hibbing. So for Cloquet, they'll get the number 2 seed, and I believe in their section they will get a home game for sure, but I don't remember if they get the bye. I believe they do, because I believe it's the top 2 seeds that get the bye, and then they face the winners. I could be wrong as we take a look at that bracket for Hibbing. Cloquet, their playoffs start on the 28th. In fact, their bracket still not ready yet to kind of see where everybody is. As we look over to Pine City quickly, we've talked about them a lot, of course, but Pine City 18-6 on the year. They're the best ranked offense in this section, scoring around 74 points per game, allowing about 50. And again, that 50 mark's a little deceiving, just because that might be towards the bottom middle of scoring defenses, but these defenses in this section are ridiculous, and the offenses are really good too. But Pine City has the best offense by far. The next closest to them scores 60 points a game, and that is Albany. They score about 61, so they're about 13 to 12 points more than the number 1 team in their section in Albany. So this offense, very good, can score a lot of points, but their defense, they put a lot of pressure on. They create turnovers. They make things difficult for the other team, and that's what is really starting to improve as of late. Of course, last Friday we watched them, or Thursday and Friday we watched them win. They beat Ogilvie Thursday to finish their conference season undefeated at 12-0, and then they beat Chisago Lakes on Friday in a tale of 2 halves. The first half was a little bit of a struggle, but Sophie Lotti hit a 3-point buzzer beater before the first half ended to give her team a 32-31 lead, and then after half, they only went on to score 52 points and hold Chisago Lakes to 14 there in that second half. So a really good second half there for the Pine City Dragons in that game, and that really showed what type of team they can be. As we heard head coach Ted Haas after that, he just said they were in a bit of a funk and they just couldn't seem to get out of it, and they were able to really make changes at half and really come together in that second half. I'm excited to see both of these teams play here tonight. Of course, haven't had a chance to see Cloquet play, but it will be the first time here tonight, and I'm sure it will be a good one. You're not ranked top 20 for no reason in the state, and again, Head coach Ted Haas had nothing but good remarks to say about that Cloquet Lumberjacks team. So I'm excited to see how this plays out here tonight as we'll get set for our national anthem and our starting lineups. And when we return, we'll be set for tip-off here on WCMP. You're listening to Girls Basketball.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Did you know that Franzen Bank & Trust is a Minnesota-owned company? And they're one of the largest community banks around. That's a great combination. As a community bank, they're dedicated to their customers and the communities they serve. You might say they're big enough to help, small enough to care. Last March, they provided $20,000 in grants to 6 different Minnesota communities. They also processed well over 1,700 PPP loans, allowing local small businesses to keep their employees on the payroll during the pandemic. Franzen Bank & Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
This high school sports season, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
Save now, plow now. Save now, mow later. The word to remember is save at Minnesota Equipment. End of the snow season means savings on all in-stock snow blowers. Top brands like Ariens and Toro. And if you're a get a jump on things type of person, get your new mower now and save before the grass starts growing. John Deere, Gravely, Toro, and more. Minnesota Equipment has the machines, experience, and inventory to help you get the job done in any season. Save now at Minnesota Equipment.
Your tomorrow is important to Pine Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual. That's why you can trust us to provide you with personalized service and a full range of insurance coverages you can count on. We'll be there when you need us so you can trust in tomorrow. For all your insurance needs, contact Pine Insurance Agency, your local Grinnell Mutual agent at pineagency.us today. Trust in Tomorrow is a registered trademark of Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350, and of course online at our website at WCMPradio.com. That's where you'll find our YouTube. I know we do have some Cloquet fans who have tuned in here tonight. Their assistant coach, Dan Danielson, was kind enough to call me earlier in the day to let me know that, hey, he would like the link for this game and that some of the fans may not make it now due to the impending snow and that they would like to watch. So I want to welcome all the Cloquet fans in here to tonight's broadcast of this game. My name is Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I'll be bringing you the action from tonight's game here in this girls' basketball game between the Dragons and the Lumberjacks, and I will try and stay as biased as I can here in this one. I never lean too heavy one way, but definitely try to keep my Pine City bias out of it. For our Cloquet fans, I went to and graduated from Pine City High School, so that's why I say I'll try and keep my bias out of it. You would think, close to 10 years out of high school, it wouldn't matter anymore, but something about being at a high school sport brings out that competitiveness in you. But again, I do my best to keep my bias out of every single game that I call, just because as a sports broadcaster, that's what you got to do. You got to be one. You can't be one-sided, because then the broadcast kind of stinks and it doesn't really show the best light of your side. So I will be as unbiased as I can be here tonight, and I want to thank all of the Cloquet fans who chose to tune in here tonight. And if you did make the drive down, again, awesome that you're able to be here. But if not, thanks for tuning in. We will have Chloe Lind and Alexa Snesrud up for tip-off, and Lynn will win tip-off for the Dragons, and she'll give it off to Summer Thiemann. Summer Thiemann will take it up the court. Now she gives it off to Sophie Lottie, far side, inside to Lynn, up and in for two, and it's working already, their big three. The big three, if you are a Cloquet fan, are Chloe Lynn, Carly Jusak, and Sophie Lottie, all over 6 feet, and coming back and scoring the other way is Ava Carlson for the Lumberjacks to tie it at 2. 18 minutes have come and gone off that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard, and by that I mean only 30 seconds have come off the board with 7:25 now to go in the first half as we get a pass to the far side to Summer Thiemann. Now inside to Lynn, who puts it up and in for two again. Oh, I think we're going to get a foul too. So Lynn got it to fall, plus the and one, and the first foul coming here on the Lumberjacks. I believe that's going to be on Ava Carlson. I think that's what he threw up. I think he threw up 2-2. I thought so anyways. Yes, he did. So it's Ava Carlson, her first, team's first, and Lynn, possible three-point play. That's no good, so she makes only the 2 to 4-2. And again, that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard has the Dragons leading, now tied at 4, with that shot from Quinn Danielson. Custom Braces or Invisalign with 3 locations, Pine City, Lyncham, and Cambridge, embracemn.com. Pine City Dragons have it back the other way. Jusak looks inside to Lottie. She almost lost it. It was poked out. Now she gives it far side to Summer Thiemann for 3. Off the backboard, no good. And getting the rebound that time was Danielson. Quickly up the court, and it's stolen away here by Summer Thiemann. Thiemann now takes it to the far side, gives it off to Lynn. Tries to go inside to Jusak. Jusak picks it up and in for 2. And they're trying to use their height to their advantage early on, are the Dragons. So far, so good, but I have to be careful. I know I've heard a lot about this Cloquet team and how good they are. Snezrud passes it to Carlson. Carlson gets around one defender, gets it off the rim and in for 2 with the kind bounce off the rim to get that ball to fall through. We're tied at 6. Again, the starting lineup for the Lumberjacks. It's going to be number 1, Kylie Isendorf. Number 2, Quinn Danielson. Number 4, Macy Majerly. Shot is no good. Rebounded again by Danielson. And then also Alexis Snezrud, number 12, and Ava Carlson, number 22. And quick inside, and blocked from behind, but got too much. There did Summer Thiemann. So Thiemann got the block, but it was too much. So that'll be her first foul, team's first, and it will send, I believe that's Isendorf, to the line to shoot 2. On the other side for the Dragons, their starting lineups will be number 3, LSL, 5, Sophie Lottie, 10, Summer Thiemann, 12, Carly Jusak, and number 14, Chloe Lind. The first one is up and good from Kylie Isendorf to give her team a 7-6 lead. And the second one is good as well, so Isendorf makes both of them. And just from the early look here, it looks like this one's going to be a good game between these two. The pace is going to be pretty quick, and we're going to see a lot of points scored here in this one. That one's going to be poked out, but stays with the Dragons, as it was last touched by a member of the Lumberjacks. Lottie will get set to inbound, and that's knocked out of bounds, and reading that one was Snezrud. And that first half last Friday for the Dragons got off to a little bit of a sluggish start, and they started out with it was a 10-5 lead, but then after that they just kind of struggled to keep up with Chisago Lakes, and Chisago Lakes definitely had the momentum, even though it felt like Pine City was definitely the better team. But here it looks like to be a good one, and Carly Jusak pulls up from 3 on the pass from Sophie Lottie to drain it and make it 9-8, a Dragon lead, and the ball still up for grabs. Isendorf had it knocked away by Thiemann, and Thiemann going to get another foul. She was a little too aggressive going after that one there. I like the aggressiveness, but just too much on that one. She'll pick up her second foul, team second as well. And here come the Lumberjacks. That was poked, stolen out by Lottie. Lottie will drive inside, and she gets fouled. Snezrud with her first foul and the team's second, and Lottie drew that foul. That's something that Lottie does so well, is draw the fouls. Even if she's not necessarily making the points, she's drawing the foul or just doing a good job of getting the pass off. Now Jusak again from the far side elbow for 3 is good. Make it 12-8. And you see that press here from the Dragons. They love to do that. This one nearly stolen away, but taken in by Majerly. And Now get it off to Issendorf. Issendorf spins around, tries to get it off now to Snesrud. That's Danielson. Danielson will now give it off to Snesrud. But now gives it back to Danielson. Back to Snesrud at the top of the key. She'll give it right back to Danielson. Danielson on that far side. She'll look to go in the far side corner. Swatted by Lottie, but Danielson holds on to it. Snesrud turns around after the pass to her, and it's no good. Rebounded here by Chloe Lind. That shot was stolen away. I didn't see it was stolen away by, but rebounded here by the Dragons. I believe it was Snesrud who got that steal. But right back to the Dragons. LSL gets the pass. Now going inside to Jusak, and that one's going to be poked and stolen away by Issendorf, and now back the other way. Here comes Danielson. Danielson inside, trying to work on Lottie, but almost impossible to put up a shot over Lottie. And now working inside was Carlson. She'll put it up and in for two. And that's kind of what happened on Friday for the Dragons, is they got the turnovers but couldn't score off of them, or they just couldn't hold on to possession long enough to really make anything happen on offense. And that's what they're going to have to do here. And I can already see they're going to have to do a little bit better on getting those offensive rebounds. And this one, we get a foul here on the Lumberjacks inside on Chloe Lind. It's going to be called on Majerle. That's her first team's third. Lind drew that foul. And it will be a shooting foul. Lind will get set. 14:01 to go here in the first half. Dragons lead 12-10. First one up, no good from Lind. A little too strong on that one. Embrace Orthodontics. Dr. Sievers is committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at embracemn.com. Scoreboard reads 12-10. Dragons with the lead, and Lind. Second one is good, so no good on the first, but makes the second. Ball goes back to Cloquet. Danielson has it, gives it off far side to Issendorf. Issendorf tries to work around the defenders. Oh, nearly stolen away by Jusak, but we get a foul call here on Pine City. And you can see early on the both defenses trying to play aggressive, but so far the referee's not letting them play too aggressive. And that foul goes on Piper Metling. And pass inbounded to Carlson. Carlson, she'll give it off to Danielson. Danielson goes back to Carlson, and trailing behind was Carly Jusak, but Carlson gets it to drop, and I don't know how she waited for Jusak to get over, but she did. Drops it in for two, 13-12. Lottie trying to get around a double team. She'll give it off far side to LSL. Sell now looking. She'll go inside to Jusak. Tries to, but it's stolen away. And that was kind of the thing, too, on Friday, is just some of those passes looked to be a little bit ill-advised, and that shot is up and no good. Rebounded here by Lind. The shot from Snesrud, no good. Now Lottie will take it the distance off the backboard and in for two. Sophie Lottie, so smart, and just her ability to squeeze through the blocks and not get a foul on herself and draw the foul a lot of times is so good. Danielson will get the rebound shot there, and the shot from three from Issendorf is good. Not what you wanted if you're Pine City, because that ties it up at 15. Not that it's hurting Pine City at all, but it ties it up, and if you're Pine City, you would like to have momentum in this one. Again, Cloquet, a little bit bigger of a school, but Pine City's not shied away from the bigger/better competition. Inside pass to Carly Jusak. Beautiful. She comes down with it cleanly to make it 17-15. Press here from the Dragons. Now quickly up the court. Danielson, she'll get it off, and shot is up and good from Majerle, but she got fouled, and they are not allowing these defenses to play physical whatsoever, and that's not anything on the refs at all. That's just how they're calling it. Lottie with their first team's fourth, and Majerle has a chance for a three-point play. Again, that's nothing on the refs. They're just doing their job, but I like to see a game be called where they're letting them play a little bit more physical. Here it's pretty quick. They're to the whistle, and again, that's nothing on the referees. They're just doing their job. Sophie Lottie tries to, I don't know if she meant to dribble through the legs, but it's a turnover stolen away by Danielson, and that's what kind of turned things around for the Dragons on Friday. Was they struggled with the turnovers, turning the ball over and then not scoring off it, but they get the rebound back, and Lottie will put up a quick three. That looks on the mark, but it is just off the side. Jusak will get the rebound plus the and one. So Jusak got that shot to fall. And that one's going to go on Snesrud, her second, team's fourth. Vivian Lottie will check into the game for Pine City, wearing number 23. She comes in for Sophie Lottie. And Jusak at the line for the possible three-point play. First one, nope, good. No good, I should say. So she only makes the two and not the end one. Back the other way, Issendorf trying to work on Metling. That shot is up, no good. Jusak will steal the rebound away from Metling. But they bring down the rebound nonetheless. It's Lind inside. Shot is up, no good. And surprised no foul call there on either side. That one probably could have been called on either team, but they let that one go. 19-18. Danielson trying to work on Sell. Now Danielson takes it inside. She'll put up a floater, and probably a smart thing to do there, as working inside on Lind is not usually smart, because Lind is 6'1" as she stands there, and she knows how to get blocks. LSL for three. That's just off the mark. Jusak with the rebound. That falls through. Wow. That looked like it was going to fall off the edge, but it falls through to make it 21-18. Double teamed now are the Lumberjacks. It gets to Danielson. Danielson takes it just inside the perimeter. Now she goes, and Carlson will draw the foul. Well, that's Jusak with her first and the team's fifth. And so far early on, again, a lot of fouls between these two teams, already with 9 total, and the shot is no good there from Carlson. We will see number 10 and 13 check into the game. Number 10, that is Lauren Hughes, and 13 is Carly Johnson. That one is good from Carlson, so she gets 1 of 2. 21-19, 11 minutes to go in the first half. Jusak takes it up the court. She'll give it off to Metling. Metling will get it over the defender to Jusak. Now to LSL. She'll put up a three-point shot. No good. Jusak trying to drive inside for the rebound. It falls out, and it will go to, I believe that's Snesrud, or is that? No, that is Hughes. Hughes with the rebound, and then a three from Danielson. That's no good. Jusak with the rebound. Jusak will take it up the court on the far side for Pine City. Jusak, she finds a lane inside, backs it out to Chloe Lynn. Lynn for three. That's, oh, good. It falls out, though. Man, that was about halfway down before it decided, I don't think so. And then it was swatted back out by Carly Jusak looking for Lynn, and I don't think Lynn was 100% ready for that rebound opportunity, so it will go out of bounds and back to Cloquet. 21-19, Pine City with the lead. It's a pretty good battle here between these two teams with a very good record, and two teams who have a great opportunity to go through their section. Cloquet, a smaller section, doesn't mean it's any more difficult, but a much smaller section than Pine City. Cloquet section has about 7-8 teams, and Pine City double that in their section. They have 16. This pass is knocked away, stolen away by LSL. It was knocked away by Lind, and then the Cloquet Lumberjacks tried to keep it alive, but it went right into the hands of LSL. And Jusak comes back the other way for two. Make it 23-19. Pass quick up the court here to Johnson. She's wide open. Now she's going to be double teamed. She'll give it back to Majerly, and now on the far side for three. That's no good. And the rebound that time gets to Johnson, and Carly Johnson puts up a shot. It's no good, but she's fouled, and she'll go to line and shoot two. And that's going to go on Jusak, and Jusak with her second. So now Thiemann and Jusak both have two, and again, not necessarily time to worry per se, but you don't want to see any more. A couple more substitutions here. 5 checks in for Cloquet, and number 5 is going to be Paige Goranson. So no good on the first there from Johnson, and no good on the second as Lind brings in the rebound for Pine City. She'll give it off to Lottie. Lottie will give it off now to Lind. Lind on the far side to Thiemann. Thiemann will put up a three. No good. She does not get the friendly home bounce, and it's rebounded by Issendorf. Issendorf takes it up the court. She'll drift to the near side. Near side elbow, directing traffic, looking for a screen. Now she tries to find a lane inside, tries to lob it inside. That's no good. And no one was home, as LSL will get credit for the steal on that one. She'll give it off to Lind up the court. Lind gives it off to Lottie. Lottie wanted three, but she's double teamed. Now to Lind. Lind all the way across court to Thiemann. Thiemann will circle the perimeter. Stop. Now pause and go again. Inside to Lottie. Now to Lind. Lind off the backboard in for two. And the Dragons, that is their bread and butter right there. That is what they love to do, and they do it so well. Issendorf bringing it up the court. She'll give it off now to Carlson. Carlson off her side of her foot and still gets it to fall through. That was a little bit of an awkward shot there for Carlson, but she still managed to get that one to fall through. 25-21, our first time out of the game comes by the way of the Dragons. And on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, we have 8:31 left with the Dragons leading 25-21. Embrace Orthodontics is helping you find a smile you'll embrace forever. You can find out more at embracemn.com. So this one, a pretty fun one so far, 25-21, Dragons with the lead. And like I said early on, this one had the pace of these two teams scoring a lot of points here in this game. And again, these two teams are battling for the win here tonight. And, both are trying to better their record. Pine City with a chance to get to 20 wins with the win here tonight and Thursday. Cloquet trying to get to 17 wins at the end of the year with the win here and then on Thursday as well. So, but Cloquet comes in having lost 2 in a row, so they would definitely like to turn the tables. Of course, Cloquet's offense on the year only scores about 60 points per game, and they give up 54 points per game. So that to me kind of says, hey, they kind of wear you down in the second half, whether it's passing, whether it's defense, whether it's steals, whether it's turnovers, whatever the case may be. When a team is allowing so many points, and I kind of put allowing in quotations because, well, you're not winning games all the time by, 4 or 5 points. So a lot of times they can get a bigger margin of victory, but it's the close ones. It's the close ones that they can win, that they're comfortable with being in and winning. But it also says to me that, their defense can really wear you down. And again, whether it's turnover, steals, whatever it may be, they like to wear you down, and it doesn't matter how many points you score, they'll match it, and they'll try and score more than you. That shot no good from Sell. It's rebounded by Carlson, Ava Carlson. She gives it off now to Hughes. Hughes now to Carlson, back to Hughes. Hughes thought about a long 2, then drives inside, passes it back out here to Goranson. That shot is no good, but rebounded by Johnson, and Johnson will put it up and in for 2. Carly Johnson scores, 25-23. Thiemann will give it to the front court to Sophie Lottie. LSL will drive inside. That shot is up no good and falls into the hands of Issendorf, and not able to get the offensive rebound there, and that's going to hurt the Dragons a little bit. Carly Johnson, that shot was blocked by Sophie Lottie, but then put back by Ava Carlson. So Lottie with the block, but Carlson puts it right back on the pass for 2, and it's kind of similar to what happened to the Dragons on, that shot. I don't know if it was blocked or what happened, but that shot was a little bit off the mark from LSL, but rebounded there by Lind, and it's put back up and in for 2. So it kind of has a similar feel of where, Pine City got out to a nice start, and then Chisago Lakes came back, but Pine City, this pace is just fantastic right now, and it doesn't feel like Pine City's losing any sort of momentum or anything. It's just Cloquet is just matching everything, but they're also getting a couple more rebounds. They're doing just a tad bit better job of boxing out. Meanwhile, LSL battling hard. She gets the steal. Now it gives it up to Thiemann. Thiemann will give it off to Lottie. Vivian Lottie gives it off to Sophie Lottie. Lottie for 3 is good. Sophie Lottie for 3 on the pass from Vivian Lottie. 30-25. Pass here to Hughes from Issendorf. Gives it back to Issendorf. Issendorf looking. She'll give it out now to Carly Johnson. She drives inside. Her shot is up and good. That's not easy to do over Sophie Lottie, but she gets it to fall. 30-27. 6:20 to go, and at this pace, we're going to see these two teams both score 100 points here tonight. I would not mind that if I'm being honest. I would not mind seeing two teams score 100 points in a game. I'm sure the coaches would, for sure, but as a spectator, I would not mind seeing both these teams score 100 or more points. That would be really fun. I don't think that's even happened in college where we get two teams to score over 100. That shot is no good, but Lind there to grab the rebound, and with her shot, she gets fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. Lind will go to the line to shoot 2, and that foul going to go on Lauren Hughes, her first, and the team's 5th. 5:50 to go here in half number 1. Lind's first one is up and good. Jusak will check in for Vivian Lottie, and Danielson and Major League check in for Granson and Johnson. Goranson, I apologize, Goranson. Lynn's second one is no good, so she makes 1 of 2 there. Rebounded by the Lumberjacks. Pass to Major League, and Major League will bring it down. She'll give it to Danielson. Danielson drifts to the near side. Only a couple seniors on this Cloquet roster. One of them is Snesrud, and the other one is Major League. Ball inside is no good by Carlson. She thought it was through, as did I. But it's going to be rebounded by Jusak. That one spun on the rim for a couple seconds, and it looked like it was going to fall through, but it wound up not. And now the Dragons have it. They'll pass it back across the court twice. Summer Thiemann has it on the far side. Her and Lottie miscommunicated, stolen away by Issendorf, and she gives it off here to Lauren Hughes, who puts it up and in for 2. And that's something that we've seen a little bit here from the Dragons, is just a couple of miscommunications have led to some really, really bad timed turnovers and scoring off of those, but coming back the other way, Carly Jusak says, here's a 3, let's get things going. Under 5 minutes to go. Lumberjacks, Major League, my goodness. Has it, she's triple team. She gets it out to Danielson, and Danielson, a junior. This team going to be very good again next year. They only have 2 seniors. Of course, you don't want to see your seniors graduate, but that happens. And I have a feeling this Cloquet team is going to be very good again next year. Lottie trying to get it up the court. She does to Thiemann. Thiemann's got to dribble it. There she goes. So Lottie was in some trouble there. She was double teamed, had nowhere to go with the ball. Eventually Thiemann came back to it, and she was able to get it up before that 10-second clock ran out. And Sophie drives to the net. She gets fouled. She'll go to the net and shoot 2. And that one is going to go, I believe it was Ava Carlson. Yes, her second and the team's 6th. First one is up and good from Lottie. Carly Johnson will come in for Ava Carlson. And Lottie will make both of them on that trip to make it 36-29. And up the court quickly come the Lumberjacks. It's Issendorf. Has it, gets around one defender, backs it outside here to Hughes for 3. That falls short. And getting the rebound, I don't know how, but Danielson comes up with the rebound, backs it out to Issendorf for 3. Gonna have to keep your eyes on her. Issendorf, a problem from outside. She is, her shot just looks so smooth, and she gets it off so quickly and cleanly. Not only that, she's been wide open almost every shot she's taken here tonight. Issendorf on the night has 8 points, 6 of those points coming by way of 3s. So 2 threes here tonight for Issendorf. And again, if you are watching here tonight, if you're a first-timer, if you're a Cloquet Lumberjacks fan, thanks so much for tuning in tonight. So glad I could bring you this game. If you didn't make the trip here tonight, no problem. I'll bring the game action to you tonight. I am Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I'll bring the action here on WCMP, whether you're listening on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, or on our YouTube via our website, WCMPradio.com. Thanks so much for tuning in here tonight. Dragons and Lumberjacks going at it, and again, if you just joining us, the pace in this one has been fantastic. It's 36-32, Dragons with the lead with 3:51 to go in the first half, and the way it's going, it feels like we're almost bound for close to 100 points by both of these teams. It'll be a fun one. It will be a fun one. So if you're on our YouTube and you're a local listener, be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that red subscribe button. And if you are a Cloquet listener, you can like and subscribe as well. Maybe you just like the way I call games. Yeah, I'll say it. Maybe you like the way I call games. But if you would like to catch all the local games that we broadcast, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube, as that way you will get notified anytime we go live with a local sporting event. So the Dragons will inbound it here. It's Lottie who gives it to Jusak, now to Sell, now to Thiemann. Thiemann on the near side looking. She gives it off to Lottie. Lottie wanted to go back to Thiemann for a moment. Then she dribbles to the far side, gives it back to Thiemann. Thiemann inside to Lynn, back outside to Lottie. Lottie for 3. That's going to be just off the mark and rebounded there by Majorly. Stolen right back, though, by Lynn, and Lynn will put it up and in for 2. But here come the Lumberjacks quickly. It's Johnson, Carly Johnson. She has it, bounce pass here, and now it gets to Danielson on the far side, and that's no good. And that rebound gets to LSL. Quickly up the court, Lind. Lind switching directions, gives it off to Thiemann. Thiemann will put it up and in for two. Beautiful passing there by the Dragons, and again, they are very good at passing the ball and finding the players they need to as quickly as they can. But, man, Cloquet gets up this court so quickly. Issendorf now with it. She'll give it back to Majerle. Majerle for three. That's just off the mark, and Lottie going to grab the rebound. And Lottie will wait for the defense to go by. Give it off now to Carly Jusak in the far side corner. That rattles out, and racing after the rebound was Lind, but she tipped it, and it's going to go to Issendorf. Issendorf quickly up the court to Johnson. Blocked from behind by Jusak. Carly Jusak blocks it from behind, and the last 2 games, she has 5 blocks. That's averaging 2 a game. That's 2.5 blocks a game in her last 2 games, and she adds another one here, make it 6 in the last 3. Danielson struggling to find anyone open. Oh, it gets through a couple of hands, but gets to the hands of Carly Johnson, though. Wow. Just in time before that 5-second violation came upon. And now Danielson looking to drive inside. She puts up a shot that's no good, and Lottie will get the rebound there. She tried to wait for the defense to go by, but defense didn't go by. She'll get it off to Lottie, or to Lind, though, excuse me. Now back to Lottie. Lottie will go inside to Thiemann, trying to go inside to Jusak, and Jusak will put it up and in for 2. Under 2 minutes to go, 42-32. Lumberjacks up the court quickly. And that ball rolls, and it's going to be stolen away by Summer Thiemann. Now to Lind, now to Sell. Sell has to slow things down. She couldn't corral that pass cleanly, so she has to pull it down and reset the offense. That pass inside from Lottie to Jusak, and rebound is taken in here by Lauren Hughes. But here come the Lumberjacks the other way. It's Issendorf. Issendorf gives it off, and wide open Carly Johnson will drive inside. Shot is up, no good. And they're going to get Carly Jusak on that one. That's going to be her 3rd. Jusak does not agree. I don't think their head coach Ted Haas did either, and that's a tough one, and that was iffy. Again, I think it's one of those where if it was called, it's good, and if it didn't get called, it would have been good too, so can't complain with that call too much. Shot is up and no good here from Carly Johnson. But Jusak is going to have to come and sit the rest of this half. Not long. But checking in for her is going to be Mallory Klepper, number 4. Shot is up and good, so Carly Johnson makes 1 of 2 there. Lottie inbounds to Thiemann. Thiemann will give it right back to Lottie. And she'll give it off now to Klepper. Klepper back to Lottie. Lottie. And that, again, pass just stayed in the air a little too long, and waiting for it was Lauren Hughes, and we've seen that happen a lot here for Cloquet, or for Pine City as of late. We've seen that a couple times Thursday, Friday, and it's bound to happen. I mean, there are, 36 minutes in a game. That ball is going to be stolen away, though, by Johnson. 36 minutes in a game, it's bound to happen. But as a coach, you don't want to see that happen as much as it has been. And this ball, no good. Lind grabbing the rebound and nearly stolen away. Lottie almost fouled, but she brings down the pass. Now she brings it up the court, gives it up far side to Summer Thiemann. Puts up a 3. She gets the kind roll. Wow, it bounced a couple times off that rim, but she gets the kind bounce, and it falls through for 3. 45-32. And it's Hughes. Lauren Hughes will give it to Danielson. Danielson back to Hughes. Hughes double team, gives it back to Danielson. Danielson will give it in the near side corner to Issendorf. Issendorf gets around 1 defender. Now gives it out to Majerle for 2, excuse me. That's no good. Rebounded here by Sophie Lottie. It was a long 2, but it just inside the perimeter. Looks like Lottie will try and dribble out some of this clock here before half and give her team the last shot opportunity. Lottie kind of directing the offense of where she wants them to set up. Now she's going to be double teamed. Fakes the dribble. Now she'll drive one way, get back the other way. And I think she wants that final shot. She gets it almost into Lind. I don't know if that was the exact thing she wanted to have happen, if that was a shot or if it was just what, but it almost got to Lind cleanly to where she could have pulled it down, put it up and in for 2, but just not ready for it. And Lind didn't have enough time to dribble, but she will have enough time to get a steal there. But it will be halftime, and Halftime is upon us, and the Dragons do lead here at halftime, 45-33 over the Cloquet Lumberjacks. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, Embrace Orthodontics, your customized smile journey starts with the free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom braces or Invisalign. Find out more at embracemn.com. Halftime here, Dragons lead 45-33. We'll take a commercial break here, work from our fine sponsors, and when we come back, I'll talk a little bit more about the first half, kind of give you a recap there, and let you know what I think some of the keys are for victory here in this second half, and then we should be ready for the start of half number 2 here inside Pine City High School. You're listening to girls basketball right here on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, and of course live with video on WCMPradio.com.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Did you know that Franzen Bank and Trust is a Minnesota-owned company? And they're one of the largest community banks around. That's a great combination. As a community bank, they're dedicated to their customers and the communities they serve. You might say they're big enough to help, small enough to care. Last March, they provided $20,000 in grants to 6 different Minnesota communities. They also processed well over 1,700 PPP loans, allowing local small businesses to keep their employees on the payroll during the pandemic. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
This high school sports season, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
Save now, plow now. Save now, mow later. The word to remember is save at Minnesota Equipment. End of the snow season means savings on all in-stock snowblowers. Top brands like Ariens and Toro. And if you're a get-a-jump-on-things type of person, get your new mower now and save before the grass starts growing. John Deere, Gravely, Toro, and more. Minnesota Equipment has the machines, experience, and inventory to help you get the job done in any season. Save now at Minnesota Equipment.
Your tomorrow is important to Pine Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual. That's why you can trust us to provide you with personalized service and a full range of insurance coverages you can count on. We'll be there when you need us so you can trust in tomorrow. For all your insurance needs, contact Pine Insurance Agency, your local Grinnell Mutual agent at pineagency.us today. Trust in Tomorrow is a registered trademark of Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Did you know that Franzen Bank and Trust is a Minnesota-owned company? And they're one of the largest community banks around. That's a great combination. As a community bank, they're dedicated to their customers and the communities they serve. You might say they're big enough to help, small enough to care. Last March, they provided $20,000 in grants to 6 different Minnesota communities. They also processed well over 1,700 PPP loans, allowing local small businesses to keep their employees on the payroll during the pandemic. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC.
back here on WCMP. Ethan Game Day Gilman joining you here. And we are at halftime with the Dragons leading 45-33 over the Cloquet Lumberjacks. Leading the way for the Lumberjacks in that first half was Ava Carlson with 13 points. Next to her was Kylie Isendorf with 8. 5 for Carly Johnson, 3 for Macy Majorly, and 2 for Quinn Danielson and Lauren Hughes. Rebound-wise, 5 for Quinn Danielson, 3 for Isendorf. They had 6 steals in that first half, 3 for Kylie Isendorf and 1 for Danielson, Snesrud, and Carly Johnson. They also had 6 team fouls. Their head coach, Heather Young, there for the Lumberjacks. On the other side for the Pine City Dragons, leading the way for them was Carly Jusak with 21 points in that first half. Following her was Chloe Lind with 12, 7 for Sophie Lottie, 5 for Summer Thiemann. They had 8 steals in that first half, 2 blocks, and 7 team fouls. One thing we're going to have to watch out for is Carly Jusak, their leading scorer, has 3 fouls there in that first half, so she'll have to be a little bit careful here in the second half. Rebound-wise, leading the way was Chloe Lind with 8 of them, 5 for Jusak, 4 for Sophie Lottie. Lind has just been the last couple games that I have called for Pine City here at home is just, she has just done all the work inside the paint. She's been getting the rebounds, they'll pass the ball inside to her, and she'll work through 2-3 sets of hands to get that ball up and through the hands. Sometimes she doesn't get the calls, sometimes she does get the foul call, and more times than not that ball is falling through, so she does a very good job working inside. That's not an easy job for anybody to be playing inside like that, but she does a good job and makes the most of it. That first half had a really good pace to it, a really clean pace to it. Unfortunately for Pine City, they did get a couple more fouls than they would have liked to, and 3 for Carly Jusak, 2 for Summer Thiemann. So they're going to have to watch a little bit here in the second half. I wouldn't be surprised if they tell Carly Jusak not to be as aggressive, but of course that's the kind of defense they play. They play aggressive. They play that press defense, and for someone like Carly Jusak, you don't want her to be out of this game because she is such a huge player for the Dragons. Of course, she's leading the team scoring right now with 21 points, but she also got 5 rebounds, and those 5 rebounds were huge because that helped this Dragon team get out to this 10-plus point lead here in the first half, and that really kind of helped her team hang on to momentum. Of course, Chloe Lind, they didn't mind her helping with her 8 rebounds, but they really got to make sure that she doesn't foul out here. And you might say, well, she has 2 fouls to give. The whole half we've seen players go 2 halves without fouling. Hell, we've seen players go multiple games without a foul. So why can't she? Well, she certainly can. She absolutely can. But in a game like this where both teams are playing so quick and so aggressive, these 2 defenses are playing so aggressive. This turnovers, I talked about it, 8 steals. That's just steals for Pine City. 6 for Cloquet, and that's not including the turnovers on travels or balls that go out of bounds. That's just steals. So turnover-wise, there's a lot more for both of these teams, and of course, the message to both of them will probably be, hey, we got to clean up the turnovers a little bit here in the second half. But with teams playing so aggressive like they are tonight on defense, thank you, is going to be very tough to not get any fouls here in the second half. We're going to see fouls no matter what. We're going to see fouls. We're going to see players with fouls. But can we make sure that for both these teams that you make sure that your starters don't start to pile on those fouls, especially like ones like Carly Jusak or Summer Thiemann who have 3 and 2. On the other side, Cloquet did a good job, only 16 fouls, but 2 for Snesrud and Ava Carlson. So they'll have to make sure that those 2 don't get any more fouls as well. And it'll be hard. Again, both teams playing aggressive defenses, and they love to try and get the other team to get turnovers. But right now, Cloquet doing a great job of using their team speed to drive inside, get around defenders. And a lot of times when they're using that team speed to drive inside, they're getting those foul calls. And if I'm Cloquet, I keep doing that. On defense, you're going to have to play. You're going to have to play inside. Unfortunately, you're going to have to watch that inside a lot because Pine City's been killing you inside. All they're doing is lobbing it up to Jusak or Lind. And if they're not getting the shot, well, Jusak or Lind is getting a rebound. So they're going to have to do a little bit better of that in the second half. For Pine City, I think just keep running your offense. Keep doing it. Make sure that, though, you're doing a better job of boxing out and getting a couple more offensive rebounds. Defensively, you're going to have to play a little bit more inside. You're going to have to cut off those lanes to the basket. We're just about set for the second half of action. I don't know if I'll get a chance to get a quick ad in here, so we'll keep it here, as I will just shut my mic off real quick and grab a quick sip of water. And we're back. Nothing like some good H2O. So we're just about set to start the second half on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. When the buzzer goes, it'll be 18 minutes back up on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, they will do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. And if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at embracemn.com. Again, I was kind enough, not me, but people here at Pine City were kind enough to grace me with a piece of Pizza Pub pizza, and I cannot wait to dig into that. Let's just say that. Here we go. We're underway, and Cloquet will start with the ball in this second half. They'll bring it in their front court. This ball poked, stolen away. It's going to be Sophie Lotti who will get credit for the steal, and she'll slowly work it up the court now, and she'll have it in the front court for Pine City. She works to the far side, gives it off to Ella Sell. Sell back to Lotti. Lotti wanted to go inside to Lind, but she's double-teamed, and now Jusak on the near side corner for three. That's no good, and Lind works hard for that rebound, picks it up. She'll put it up off the backboard and in for two. That's a big, big start here for Pine City in this second half. An offensive rebound that leads to two. Quinn Danielson, though, has it now for the Lumberjacks. She has worked so quickly, and now she gives it off inside here to Carlson. Her shot is up no good, but Quinn Danielson going to come down with the rebound. She led her team in rebounds. That shot is up no good from Majorly, and she gets her own rebound, but this time it is rebounded by Sophie Lotti of Pine City. Inside to Lynn, now back outside to Jusak, now to Lotti on the near side for three. That's no good. This time they do a good job of boxing out Chloe Lind, and Snesrud will get the rebound for Cloquet. She'll give it up to Quinn Danielson. Danielson, top the key, gives it off to Snesrud. Snesrud on the far side, gives it top the key to Carlson. Carlson led her team in the first half, 13 points. Now to Danielson. Danielson to Majorly. Now to Issendorf. Now back to Snesrud for three. That's no good. Chloe Lind now has a double-double with 10 rebounds and 12 points. Here comes Chloe Lind. I think that's, like 5 games straight now for Lind with a double-double? I mean, she's had plenty. Sophie Lotti gets the quick pass from Lind. And, ooh. I'm going to have to respectfully disagree on that call. They get Carly Jusak for a foul there. Head coach Ted Haas is kind of wondering why that was called. I think they may have even got the wrong number. I won't say that it wasn't a foul, but I think they may have got the wrong number. But I don't think that should have been called a foul there on Jusak. I don't think she touched anyone. She just went up for a rebound. Either way, the three on the other side is no good. Lynn with the rebound for Pine City. And we're going to get a travel call. Oh, double dribble on Summer Thiemann. Vivian Lotti will check in for Carly Jusak. And, yeah, Carly will unfortunately have to sit probably for some time. They don't want her to foul out this early, especially with how these two teams have been playing. This is going to be a close one. But, yeah, that's unfortunate for Carly. And I didn't see it, but we won't dwell on it, as now the Lumberjacks have it the other way. Danielson, she'll give it off now to Majorly. Now back to Danielson. Now it's turned over, and Lind will grab the steal. Lind, will give it to Sell. Sell was not ready for that pass. And that goes off Sell out of bounds. And a little bit of miscommunication there. Sell was not ready for the pass from Lind, and as soon as she turned to look, the ball was already basically going by her. So unfortunately, a turnover there for Pine City. Snesrud has it, gives it to Majorly. Majorly gives it now to Carlson, now to Danielson. Danielson pauses. She'll drift to the top of the key. She gives off to Majorly. Majorly drifts inside, now back outside to Issendorf. A long three that's going to come up short. Vivian Lotti with the rebound there for Pine City. Sell will pause and wait for the offense to catch back up. She'll give it off to Lotti here on the near side, now to Vivian Lotti. Back to Sophie. Sophie will give it back to Vivian. Now to Thiemann. Thiemann on the far side, pauses, gives it to Lotti at the top of the key. Lotti trying to keep that ball away from the defender. She'll give it to Thiemann. Thiemann back to, Sophie. Got her name for a moment. Now to Sell on the far side corner, back to Thiemann. Thiemann will dribble towards the near side. She'll try to give it into Vivian Lati, but that was a little bit ill-advised, and Issendorf with the steal. And can they make points off the turnover? And so far, no, as it's stolen back by Summer Thiemann. She loses it, gets it to Lind. Now to Lati. Lati on the near side to Vivian. Now back to Sophie. Sophie keeping the ball away from the defenders, goes inside, dangerous pass. I don't know how Chloe Lind does it, but my goodness, she battles through just insane traffic, and she pulls that one down. Now Quinn Danielson will pull up from 3. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they've been leaving her open a little too often there from 3, and she's basically been daring them, hey, leave me open from 3, and she makes them pay that time. Quinn Danielson from 3 for the Lumberjacks of Cloquet. Meanwhile, Lati gives it to Thiemann on the near side to Vivian, now to Sophie. Sophie looks to go inside again to Lind. Lind will go to Vivian Lati. Vivian Lati for 3. That's going to come up short. Majerle with the rebound. Danielson takes it into the front court again. And now back to Carlson. Carlson shot no good. Sophie Lati with the rebound. Sophie Lati will let the defenders go past. She'll pick up her dribble, give it off to Sell. Ellisell for 3. That's going to be off the mark. Oh, sticks right in the crevice, right in the crease there between the board and the rim. And lucky enough, the possession arrow favors the Dragons. So, and one of the assistant coaches goes down there, tips it out. Nice job. Got to show off the jumper there. So again, luckily for the Dragons, the possession arrow is in their favor, so they'll get it back off that ball that got stuck in the crease there. Inbound to Lind, and she just goes right up under the basket for 2. 51-36 is the lead. Danielson drives inside, pass, gets to Carlson. She spins around, puts up a shot. It's going to fall through. 51-38, under 13 to go. Summer Thiemann brings it up the court, now gives it off to Lati. Lati near side, fakes one way, goes inside to Vivian. Now trying to get to Lind. Lind mishandles it just a tad. That shot was blocked and then taken by Carlson. Stolen right back by Vivian Lati. And she gives it off to Lind for 2. Vivian Lati with the steal, Lind for 2. And they've done a good job of not letting the turnover create problems for them, have the Dragons, and they get it back. Quinn Danielson a long 3. That's good. Wow. Can't leave her open. Reminds me a little bit of Ellisell for Pine City. Shorter in stature, but man, she plays big. And she is not afraid who she's up against. She will go up and get rebounds. She will shoot it from 3. She'll work inside. It doesn't matter. Thiemann fakes the 3. Now to Lati, a long 3. Oh my goodness. Showing off the college hoop range right there. Sophie Lati, that might have even been just beyond college range on that one. And that'll make it 56-41. A timeout called here by the Dragons. They'll be left with 3. They're leading 56-41 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics custom braces or Invisalign with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. So again, the Dragons lead 56-41 over the Lumberjacks. It's been a really fun back and forth game between these two teams. We've seen a pretty equal amount of shots and fouls going each way. And right now, Quinn Danielson for Cloquet is big time here in the second half. She's hit 2 big 3-point shots. That has helped her team stay in this one. For Pine City, they're still working that ball inside, still wreaking havoc with Lind inside, and they'll look to continue to do that. Quinn Danielson, nice job getting past Sell, but she'll give it off now to Issendorf. Issendorf drives inside, fakes the pass, she'll get it up, and no good, but she gets her own rebound. That's no good. Sophie Lati will bring it down. Now quickly up the court to Vivian Lati. She gives it off to Thiemann, and then back to Vivian Lati, and she'll put it up and in for 2. Nice shot passing between them two. Could have easily just been selfish and tried to take it, but they passed it between them two, and they got the shot to fall. And Danielson, she'll give it off now to Snesrud. And did we get a travel, a foul? Looks like a foul. And that first half we saw pretty quick whistle. They didn't allow these teams to get physical, really. They call it on 12, but it's definitely 23. So Vivian Latu will grab her first. A couple of substitutions here for Cloquet. One of the players checking in is Johnson, and the other one is Hughes. Inbound here to Carlson, and get a foul. And Pine City going to have to be careful. Cloquet is starting to notice that, hey, we can get a lot more calls if we just be more aggressive underneath the net, and they're starting to get them. So that's the third team foul, the first on Lind for Pine City. The first shot is up and good from Alexa Snesrud. And this one no good. So Snesrud makes one of two. That rebound is by Lind. Ball still up for grabs, though. And nearly stolen away by the Lumberjacks, and Lind will manage to bring it down. Lati will give it to Lati. It's Sophie to Vivian. Now to Sell on the far side, now back to Vivian. Vivian wanted to go to Sophie in the near side corner, but I think a wise decision to pull that one down, and that pass just over the head of LSL. It'll be a turnover and not what the Dragons needed there. Paige Goranson checks in for Quinn Danielson. And if you're Pine City, you'd like to see almost every possession end in points, and that one did not there. It ends in a turnover, but that's okay. Snesrud has it. She'll give it off now to Carlson. Back to Snesrud. Snesrud on the far side gets around one defender. She'll put up a long lob shot. It's no good. Lati brings down the rebound. And Lati will bring it up the court here for Pine City. She works near side, pauses for a moment. Now looks, she'll give it off, far side to Thiemann. They have far side corner for LSL. That's going to come up short. It's Lind with the rebound, spins around, puts it back up and in for two. Lind, just a smart spin move there inside. It wasn't anything real flashy. It's just a smart one to get the defender almost lost. And now a three opportunity here from Snesrud. That's no good. And a Goranson with the rebound. That's no good. And Lind, another rebound. Vivian Lati will work up the court with it. She wanted to go to Lind. She'll go to Summer Thiemann. Thiemann wide open. Pretty long three. That's no good. And rebound there by Carlson. One thing I'm noticing is it looks like the Lumberjacks are getting better position on their box out. It's just Pine City a little bit longer of arms on Lati and Lind. And that's kind of what's helping them tip those rebounds up to themselves and pull them in. As Carlson works with it, she stops. Gives it off now to Snesrud. Snesrud, she has it. She'll work with it on the near side elbow. She starts her dribble. Now tries to work inside. And she tripped. That was unfortunately tripped on her own. And somehow the Lumberjacks come up with it. And Vivian Lati almost got the rebound. And wow, that's a lot to unpack as Summer Thiemann will come away with it. It was stolen back by Carlson off the Vivian Lati rebound. And then stolen back by Summer Thiemann. Sophie Lofty left open for three. That's good. Lofty from three. 63-42 is the score. Under 9 minutes to go. And now a three shot from Hughes. That's no good. Lind with a rebound. Lottie quickly up the court. She pauses, gives it to Summer Thiemann. Now back to Lottie. Lottie pulls down the pass, drives inside, puts up the shot. No good. That one is Carlson on the rebound. Carlson gives it to Snesrud, and Snesrud finds a teammate wide open underneath. It was Goranson, but that one went over the head of Goranson, and it will go back to Pine City on the turnover. There's three substitutions here for Cloquet. It's going to be Issendorf, Danielson, and I didn't see the other one. Looks like Majerle. Vivian Lati will take a rest, and in for her is Piper Metling. Sophie Lanti brings it up the court here for Pine City on the near side. Fakes the pass one way, now gives it to Sell, now to Thiemann. Thiemann wanted to go inside, instead gives it to Sophie. Lanti with it. Backs up just a little bit and tries to drive in on the defender. Now one-handed pass over to Ella Sell. Nice job bringing that one down with her fingertips. She'll give it off to Summer Thiemann. Thiemann to Sell. Sell back to Thiemann. She wanted to go to Sophie Lanti, but just a little bit. And that, again, was the pass that I was worried about. It's stolen away, and shot is up and good there from Hughes. Yeah, if you're Thiemann, you wanted that one, but maybe a better thought at not passing that one, as it was stolen away and taken for 2 by Lauren Hughes. Sophie Lanti has the pass from Thiemann. Lanti thinking about driving inside, but instead she'll give it to Thiemann. Now to Ella Sell for 3 from the far side. That's going to be no good. And again, better box out there by the Lumberjacks, but it's just the long arms of Pine City. They've been able to really get those rebounds. And a reverse layup here falls in from Issendorf. And Pine City's going to need to get one of these possessions to get points, but not like they really are desperate for them right now. Lanti drives inside, and again, even if she doesn't get the points immediately, she does such a good job of creating the foul. It's going to be the first on Issendorf. That's their team's first of the second half, and we're only 6:47 left. Jusak will check into the game for LSL. So we'll get a much-needed rest, and Jusak with 4 fouls, she'll work back into the game, and you can be certain that they're going to be making sure she is careful. They want her to probably play the rest of the way. That inbound is knocked out of bounds by the Lumberjacks. It will go back to Pine City, and I do believe you can run the baseline. I don't think it's just with, under, a minute left you can. I think you can run the baseline, but that's a question for Joe Lattimore. Sophie Lanti will work inside, just not enough on that one, and it's rebounded by Majoli. Now quickly up the court comes Hughes. Miscommunication a little bit as that one falls in. No one was there covering her, and miscommunication as to who was supposed to be where, and she puts it up and in for 2, and now you're feeling like the Dragons need a score because all of a sudden you've got momentum shifting, and a steal here from Majoli, and it's... Ooh, I think Majoli had that one last. I think Majoli touched it last, and it is. Yeah, just from my angle, she got the steal, but it looked like she got the last hand on it before it went out of bounds. It was close, but I thought from my angle, not that I have necessarily the greatest of angles or the greatest of eyes, but I thought she touched it. It was close, though. That's what the referees are here for, and that one's going to be a steal. That's going to be easy, too, for Hughes. I think if you're Pine City, you need a timeout. They have to get things going. They have gone, that is what, almost 3 straight possessions without a score and with a turnover that led to points for Cloquet. So if you're Pine City, you almost now need a score. That one's no good, and it's going to be rebounded here by Snesrud. I think Pine City is about 1 shot away from calling a timeout. I think we'll get a foul there on Lottie. Yep. If you're Pine City, you need some points here. Metling will check out, and for her comes Sell. Pine City finds himself only up by 13. They were once up by 21. And they will run now for Cloquet. A 3, and that's going to do some damage from Snesrud. As that dips it down to 10. Pine City. All of a sudden, the momentum is just gone. Lottie to Thiemann. Back to Vivian Lottie. Nearly, again, another not great pass as Jusak nearly can't fully control that one. She drives inside, puts up a hook shot. That will end the drought. And a much-needed shot there from Carly Jusak. But now if you're Pine City, you got to watch out for Cloquet from 3 because when you've got momentum like this, you're just kind of feeling yourselves, and that may be a little bit too quick of a 3 there from the Lumberjacks. As Lottie's pass to Lynn goes up for 2, no good, but then Jusak is right there to put it back up and in for 2. So, wow, the Lumberjacks had that 8-0 run and would erase what was a 21-point deficit, now down to 14 after back-to-back scores by Pine City. But, again, if you're Pine City, I think you've got to be, I don't want to say worrisome because you've still got a decent lead. But it is in the back of your mind that Cloquet just went on a nice run there, and if they can go on another nice run, this is going to turn into from what was a double-digit lead to maybe a one-possession lead. Luckily for Pine City, they got a couple things to fall their way, but for Cloquet, I think you're feeling okay. Even though Pine City just scored the last 4 points, I think for Cloquet, you're still feeling all right now because of the fact that you just saw your team go on an 8-0 run. You didn't allow these Pine City shooters to get anything open. You really suffocated any chances they had. And not only that, you got a bunch of turnovers and the rebounds. And you're doing, in my opinion, a little bit better job of boxing out right now. So you've got a ton of things going for your team right now. I don't think there's any panic with this Cloquet team. Danielson's going to let that one roll, and why not, to preserve some clock. Finally rolls, and Johnson will get it from Danielson. Excuse me, that's Snesrud. Danielson backs it out here. Did not see the number, so I apologize. That's Isendorf. Her shot from three is no good. It will go out of bounds, and Dragons will get it back. 4:42 left in this second half. Thiemann inbounds to Lottie. And Lottie will bring it up the court. She gets off the Jusak, and that one almost stolen away. Elisella high arcing shot. It's going to be no good. Oh, did we get a... No, okay. I thought they were going to get a foul here. Oh, we are. Oh. Apparently there was a foul on Chloe Lind that no one else knew about. Lind is looking at her head coach, Ted Haas, going, I don't know what I did. And he's looking at her saying, I don't know either. That was strange. Oh, this pass almost went awry, but nice job by Snesrud to bring it down. The pass goes through a couple of hands and winds up in the hands of Isendorf on the far side. She works on that far side corner, now gives it off to Carlson. Her shot is up and no good, and going to get a foul here on Cloquet. It's going to go against Lauren Hughes, her second, and the team's second of the second half. A lot of twos there, a lot of seconds. 4:05 left. A couple of iffy calls here, but we continue on. Again, we thank the refs because and the bad pass inside is going to be stolen away here to Hughes. Hughes with the steal. She drives and puts it up and in for two. Dragons seem to be forcing the pass right now and have to be a little bit more careful with their decisions on where they pass because Cloquet is just, taking over those opportunities right now. Thiemann fakes the three, and she wanted to go to Lottie, and now she will go to Lottie. That's Sophie Lottie out there. Going inside to Lynn, now to Thiemann. Cecil to Thiemann. Under 3.5 to go. All the way to Sell. Now back to Thiemann. Wanted to go inside to Jusak. They will. Jusak spins around, gives it to Lottie. Lottie will go to Lind. Lind inside to Lottie. Nice passes, and Lottie inside for two. But quickly come the Lumberjacks, and it's Carlson. Her shot is up and in for two. And we'll get a timeout called here by the Lumberjacks with 2:55 to go. 59-57 is the Dragon lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, Dr. Sievers is committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. You can start today at EmbraceMN.com. Of course, they also are trying to help you find a smile you will embrace forever. Of course, their website, EmbraceMN.com. That is EMBRACEMN.com. Of course, thanks to all of our fine sponsors who sponsor this broadcast and every other broadcast that we have here on the airwaves and on YouTube. Thanks to all of you for tuning in here tonight. Again, thanks to all the Cloquet fans who tuned in here tonight. I know maybe you didn't have another option, so maybe I was your last option, but I'm happy that I was able to bring you the bring you the action from tonight's game. This one's still not over. Still a lot of action to be had, but here Pine City, you're kind of feeling that momentum slip just a little bit, but you can get things back going your way. I think the rebounds are going to be a huge key here. Even though Pine City has done a good job rebounding the ball, it seems though Cloquet is doing just a little bit better position-wise. They're getting themselves in very good positions right now to grab the rebounds. That will be huge going down the stretch, as Cloquet has kind of hit their stride as of late. in this half, and looks like we'll get full court press here from Cloquet, and really no surprise. And Thiemann, I think, missed her opportunity to get it into Lottie, but there she does before that 5-second clock goes off. And Lottie gets double teamed, but she almost gets the two players to run into each other, and she'll drive it to the basket. Shot is up and good, plus the and one. So Lottie that was going to go against Carlson. So Lottie got the shot to fall and has an opportunity for the three-point play. And no good from Lottie. That one's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay with Pine City. So Lottie gets only two there, but that pass, or the rebound, is knocked out of bounds by Cloquet. So the Dragons will hold on to it. Lottie looks to inbound. She does to Jusak, and Jusak will get it out to Sell. Sell wanted to go to Lottie. Lottie was definitely pushed, but she got through the defender, and she goes around the defender and puts it up and in for two. I don't know if I shouldn't say pushed. I shouldn't say that. It just looked like she got pushed. She might have just been bumped from the side, and it looked like because she was kind of tripping coming back to the ball that she was pushed. And a three here from Isendor. Oh, no good. Rebounded by Carly Jusak. Up to Lind. In for two. Quickly up the court, and a three here from Danielson. Oh, Danielson's cooking. You are going to have to watch out for Quinn Danielson from three. 75-60. Dragons with the lead, under 2 minutes to go. Lottie gives it to Jusak. Jusak on the near side. Guarded well. She'll give it to Thiemann. Thiemann looks, drives inside, gives it back to Lottie. Lottie now to Jusak. Ooh. Ooh, they're going to get Snesrud on a foul there. I don't know about that one. I will respectfully disagree once again. Again, respectfully. Again, there's no possible way we have a game without the referees being here, so we appreciate them being here. Now we'll get a call here on Cloquet, and I think that one was on. Was that on Snesrud again? Oh, it was. Snesrud with her fourth. It's only their team fifth, so they got two more to give, which you don't want them to, but they do have them to give. Lottie nearly has that one stolen away, and Lottie is getting beaten around in there. She finally gets the foul drawn on Ava Carlson. I mean, she had her eyes closed. She was getting hands around her face and getting smacked in the arm, and it's not anything malicious. I shouldn't make it sound that way by Cloquet. They're just doing what they can to try and steal the ball or get possession, because the possession arrow is in their favor. That'll be the seventh team foul, and Lottie will go to the line for a 1-and-1. I think this one's on Isendorf. It is. Her second, team's seventh. So all of a sudden, they started this half, and we got to about, what, that 6-minute mark with no fouls, and in the past 5 minutes, they've drawn 7, and unfortunately, that's just due to them having to be more aggressive here while trying to steal the ball, but give credit to Pine City. As Lottie is good on the first. Get a substitution here as Majerle will check in for Hughes on Cloquet side. 125, and we've seen how quickly Cloquet can close in on a lead. We'll see if they can do that here. And Lottie good on both, so huge shots there from Lottie. As now the Lumberjacks have it the other way. It's Snesrud up the court, nearly had it poked and stolen away. Oh, Lottie. Oh no, Lottie's up a little limpy on that one. I think we got a timeout. Timeout call here by Cloquet. Lottie looks to be okay. It looks like she just kind of stumbled a little bit, so she is all right. Timeout called here by Cloquet. Each team will be left with 2. It's 77-60 with the Dragons in the lead. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, Embrace Orthodontics, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom braces or Invisalign. Find out more at embracemn.com. Again, want to thank the Cloquet audience for tuning in here tonight. Thank you so much to the Pine City audience, as always, tuning in. And of course, thanks to all of our fine sponsors for tuning in here tonight as well. Now we're figuring something out quickly at the scorer's table. Looks like they got it figured out. Yes. So they got it figured out there pretty quickly. Not sure what it was. I think it was something to do with a substitution. 77-60. Inbound goes to Majerle. Majerle will give it off here to Goranson. Goranson gives it off. Snezrud, she'll give it to... Boy, I lost my spot on to who had it. Now Chloe Lynn trying to get the steal, but it's going to be a tie-up, and possession arrow favors the Lumberjacks, so they will hold on to it. Minute 1 left in the game. We'll get a couple substitutions, and Paige Gray will check in for the first time here tonight for Pine City, wearing number 41. As well as Vivian Latti, Piper Metling, and Mallory Klepper. Shot is up and no good by the Lumberjacks. Rebounded here by Vivian Latti. She'll take it the other way, and under a minute to left. Looks like the Dragons will just try and waste as much clock as they can with dribbling this ball. Piper Metling has it. She'll work to the far side. Now give it off to Paige Gray. Bounce pass here to Mallory Klepper. To Vivian Latti, and that's going to go out of bounds. Last touch there by Isendorf. It will stay with the Dragons. 40 seconds left here in the game. 77-60 is the Dragon lead. And Vivian will get set to inbound here for the Dragons. She does to Klepper. Klepper looks to drive inside. She probably had an opportunity to drive to the basket on that one, but instead will pass it off, and that ball going to go off the foot of Piper Metling. Inbound here for the Lumberjacks, and that's number 3. That's Sarah Turner in the game for the Lumberjacks, and a 3 here from Isendorf before the game ends. Makes it 77-63 with 15 seconds to go now, and Klepper will give it off to Sell. Sell in some trouble, will just lob it up. Oh, they missed a foul call there, but gets to Johnson, and she'll give it off now to Majerle, and now to Isendorf, and now we get a foul. So 0.7 seconds to go. Pine City will inbound it, and that, or excuse me, Cloquet will inbound it, and that will pretty much do it. And there's the buzzer, and that ball, even if it made it, wouldn't count. So there is the final. The Pine City Dragons get the victory over the Cloquet Lumberjacks, 77-63. Excuse me. So Dragons get the victory, move to 19 wins on the season, and are closing in on their last game of the season, with that coming up on Thursday against Malacca. Of course, stay tuned to us as we will keep you up to date as to whether that game will be canceled and or moved. We will keep you up to date on all that. We'll take a commercial break, hear a word from our fine sponsors. When we come back, we'll recap this game and possibly hear a word from our A&W player of the game, as well as head coach Ted Haas. You're listening to girls basketball.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer. That signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
This high school sports season, Wellia Health wants to remind you that they want to help your athletes stay in the game. Sports medicine services are available at every Wellia Health campus. Whether it's the young athlete, the weekend warrior, or the accomplished athlete, injuries can happen. Get back in the game by calling the sports medicine experts at Wellia Health, 320-679-1313. Wellia Health. Live life well.
Save now, plow now. Save now, mow later. The word to remember is save at Minnesota Equipment. End of the snow season means savings on all in-stock snowblowers. Top brands like Ariens and Toro. And if you're a get-a-jump-on-things type of person, get your new mower now and save before the grass starts growing. John Deere, Gravely, Toro, and more. Minnesota Equipment has the machines, experience, and inventory to help you get the job done in any season. Save now at Minnesota Equipment.
Your tomorrow is important to Pine Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual. That's why you can trust us to provide you with personalized service and a full range of insurance coverages you can count on. We'll be there when you need us so you can trust in tomorrow. For all your insurance needs, contact Pine Insurance Agency, your local Grinnell Mutual agent at pineagency.us today. Trust in Tomorrow is a registered trademark of Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMPradio.com. We're now joined by our A&W player of the game, Sophie Latti. Sophie, first of all, congratulations on the win here tonight.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And this was against another 3A school, and you got the victory here. This was a tough battle, though, another physical game. What was it like to be against another 3A school like that?
It was very tough. Like our coach said before the game, like this wouldn't be easy, and we needed to really dig deep and try to find a win, especially coming off a 3-day weekend. So we had a short shoot around before the game here. But he told us, he's like, this is preparing us for playoffs, but more like a second or third round game because they're a pretty physical team and they're pretty good. So
absolutely. And you guys have played a lot of tough competition this year. How do you feel that has prepared you for the upcoming playoffs?
Oh, it definitely has prepared us. All of our losses this year have came from top 10 ranked opponents, which is tough, but it really helps us fare well in the postseason. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. And this team does such a good job of just playing so selflessly. And is that due to coaching, or is that just you guys on the court meshing so well together?
I think it's both. Now we're really, as the season has gone on, we really understand each other and we kind of know where people are going to be, so that really helps. And just our chemistry is really good. So our Coach Haas really encourages us to pass the ball, move the ball a lot to get a good shot, and I think everyone's buying into that. Absolutely.
And of course we possibly end the season here on Thursday, but what does that mean to go up against a section opponent for your final regular season game?
It's definitely tough. We really want to come out with a win because it'll fare well for us ranking-wise in the postseason, so we really hope to come out with a win.
Well, Sophie, thank you so much for joining me, and congratulations, and good luck going forward.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. That, again, was Sophie Latti, the A&W player of the game, and, again, she finished the game here with decent stat line, and I mean decent as in very good. She finished with 21 points, 9 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block, and only 2 fouls. And again, these are unofficial stats, so again, appreciate her coming up. She had a wallop of a game here. Second half, she scored 14 points in the second half and had, 5 of her 9 rebounds here in the second half, and we so much appreciate her coming up and taking the time to do the interview with us. Again, we appreciate every one of our A&W players of the game who come up to do these interviews. We so much appreciate them coming up to take the time, especially after a game like this. It's been very physical. We appreciate her taking the time to come up and do this interview. I know she's probably tired after a game like this, but we thank her so much for taking time to do this interview. Again, that's Sophie Latti, our A&W player of the game. 21 points, 9 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. On the evening, we will be joined here by the Dragons head coach, Ted Haas. And Haas, we talked about this game a little bit on Friday, and this was going to be a tough one, but you guys came out with the victory. How do you think your team did here in this one?
I think the kids came out to play tonight. We found our mismatches, and we were able to take advantage of them. And, I really think our tough schedule is really starting to come into play. I'm not sure if early in the year we beat that team, and we took it to them. We had a lead the whole game, and so I'm very proud of the kids, and happy with where we're at this point. Still some things to get better at, but I like where we're going.
Absolutely, and comparing the team from the beginning of the year to now, it seems like this team has become less than 5 players and more one unit.
Yeah, I think so. I think people are understanding what their roles are, what their strengths are. I think it took us a little bit of time. With Sophie being out for a whole year, it took a while to gel with everybody and figure out what everybody was going to be able to do and where everybody should be on the court. And, I think we've kind of figured that out now. And, Sophie's gotten better and better every week. And the other kids have continued to improve their game. So it's a matter of combination of a lot of things. Gelling a little bit, playing a tough schedule. I like the fact that we went up against a real physical team tonight and were able to, it really didn't phase us one bit. And that hasn't always been the case for some of our teams. And again, proud of the kids for all their hard work and what they've done and what they've learned this year.
Absolutely, and turnovers in this one became a little bit of a problem again, but your team still comes out and faces that adversity so well. How do you feel that your team did, and what can you improve on with those turnovers?
Well, we just get a little antsy at times. We score quick, and then sometimes we're looking for that quick score, and we get a little out of control. And sometimes I told the kids at halftime, sometimes we make the game tougher than it has to be. Sometimes you just got to make the safe pass in order to make the next pass in order to get the ball where we need to get it, instead of trying to, whip it all over the place. And, there's some things that we need to work on. We didn't come and meet passes very well tonight. We had some passes that were weak, they didn't have enough on it, and so that was part of it. And, those are all things that we hope that we can shore up here in the next week or so. But, overall, I thought our effort was very good. The kids find ways to put the ball in the basket, so it's fun to watch.
For sure, and you guys possibly end the season here on Thursday. We'll see with the snow what day it gets ended on. But going up against a section opponent in Malacca, what does it mean to play a team like that, and what do you look for from your team to get the win?
Well, they've got a lot of wins. Malacca does this year. And it'd be, it's an important section game. I mentioned this the other day. I think they might be a little shorthanded, but they just beat somebody the other night, and so I know they have more than one kid that can play basketball in Malacca. So it's I feel bad for their team and for the young gal that is injured, but. We can't take them lightly. They play. They're very well coached. He does a great job, Lance Dalby over there, and so we're gonna have to be ready. And it would be a big section win for us. And we might be locked into the spot that we're in right now, but I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what happens after tonight, and we'll see how big of importance that game ends up being.
Yeah, for sure. And does it do anything different for you guys practice-wise, preparing-wise, due to this possibly impending snow, whether that one gets changed or not?
I don't think so. I think in general we've got a few things that we just want to clean up over the next couple of weeks, and so I think that's kind of more our plan than just getting ready. I'm going to be honest, with the teams we've played, we've seen everything, and it's more about us getting better at what we need to do at this point.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining me. Congrats on the win, and good luck going forward.
All right, thanks so much.
Absolutely. That, again, was head coach Ted Haas, and, again, we appreciate him coming up for the post-game interview, and after every game, we appreciate that. He has been so kind to come up after every game and grace us with an interview. It's tough, with these coaches. We've got a couple coaches come up and do these post-game interviews, and we appreciate them so much, and it's not easy to do that. I'm sure they've got a lot on their mind after a game. Of course, they're happy about the win or upset about the loss, but they got to come up, do this interview, and quickly talk about the game that was, try and remember the game that was, with also trying to think on the things they got to improve on, even with a win. So we appreciate so much everyone that we have interviewed on these post-games. We appreciate them, whether it's a coach, a player, doesn't matter. We appreciate them so much coming up and doing these post-game interviews. Continuing on, the leaders for Cloquet here as they fall to the Dragons 77-63. The leaders for Cloquet leading the way with 17 points was Ava Carlson. Then 13 for Kylie Issendorf, 11 for Quinn Danielson. She had 9 of those points in the second half, all from three-point range. 10 for Lauren Hughes, and then as we continue on, 5 for Carly Johnson, 4 for Alexis Nesrud, and 3 for Macy Majoli. In this game, leading the way with 6 rebounds was Quinn Danielson, 5 for Carlson, and 4 for both Issendorf and Majoli. They had 11 total steals in this game, 6 in the first half, 5 in the second. Leading steal-wise was Issendorf with 4. They had 13 total team fouls, 7 in the second half, 6 in the first. For your Pine City Dragons, leading the way was Carly Jusak with 25 points, 22 for Chloe Lynn, 21 for Sophie Lottie, our A&W player of the game, 5 for Summer Thiemann, and 2 for Vivian Lottie. Leading the way rebound-wise was Lynn with 15, 9 for Sophie Lottie, 7 for Carly Jusak. Steals-wise, well, it was Summer Thiemann who had 4 of those bad boys, 3 for Chloe Lynn, 3 for LSL, and 2 for Sophie Lottie. Also a block for Sophie Lottie and Carly Jusak. They had 12 team fouls, 7 in the first half, 5 in the second. So for the Pine City Dragons, they get the victory and will look to wrap up the regular season either Thursday or Friday against Malacca, but they improved to 19-6 on the year. And again, we'll look to wrap up the season here on Thursday, possibly Friday. And before our post-game interview with Sophie Lottie, I was able to ask her, would they just cancel that game, or would they try and move it to the day after? She said no, they'd probably push that one to Friday, if anything. So looks like if they do cancel it, it'll be on Friday, or postpone it, I should say. So hopefully they will still get to play that game this week. As for the Cloquet Lumberjacks, they moved to 15-10 on the year. They'll wrap up their regular season on Thursday in Hibbing, of course, barring postponement due to the impending doomsday storm, as it seems. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully that storm kind of moves on quickly, or moves. It's not as heavy as they think, but this year they've been doing a pretty good job of predicting where the snow will fall. But the Dragons get the victory here tonight, 77-63 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, they will do all the insurance heavy lifting for you, and if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at embracemn.com. I want to thank all of you for tuning in here tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in, whether you listened on the radio, 106.5 FM, AM 1350, or online on our website, wcmpradio.com, on our YouTube page. If you did watch on our YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube. That way, you will get notified anytime that we go live with a local sporting event. So hit that red subscribe button to be subscribed to our local YouTube page. You'll be notified anytime we go live with a local sporting event. Of course, thanks to all of our fine sponsors who sponsored this broadcast. Can't do it without them, so thank you so much to all of the fine sponsors. Be sure to tune in to the morning shows on both KBEK and WCMP. On KBEK, 95.5 FM with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30. Then on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. Those times are when you can catch your local sports update here. And we will talk about this game plus other games around the local listening area, as well as postponements and everything that comes with it. So again, also remember that tomorrow's Pine City Boys playoff hockey game in Monticello has been moved from 7 to 5 p.m. We want to thank Andy Beckstrom ahead of time for calling that game. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilmer. Remember to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness could really make their day. The final, once again, Pine City defeats the Cloquet Lumberjacks 77-63. For WCMP, I am Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night and a safe drive. Have a great rest of your night and a safe drive.